You don't get to judge me because you have shown no sign you're superior to me, and you are not my God.
Has nothing to do with being superior.
How do you have the moral authority to judge me then?
Because what you did is
ask your rabbi who gets to judge me.
Has nothing to do with me. Ask my rabbi. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you what you did is deviant.
You're calling me deviant. That's not judging me.
Stay out of the public. Go home.
That's not judging
me.
Go
home and get a job.
They can't make this up. He's getting up fighting. It looks like a kosher deli there. If this isn't cringeworthy yet.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, Rosh Hashanah. Thank you, Andrew. This is Anthony Weiner, who just will not let go of this. You heard him in the debate last night. You saw him in the middle of New York having that fight. But today is his birthday. He turns 49. And that exchange with a voter in Borough Park got us wondering, if all joking aside, Weiner isn't just really starting to lose it. Take a look at this. This is from Fox 5 just this morning.
First, you see this trend here. This is going to mean bad news for those of you who won't want rain right here, right about football time.
Right on point,
They're going to be kicking off on Sunday, coming in right about here. This is where the Mets play. They're doing AA baseball right now. I'll be doing sports next. Right down here, Florida. These are my constituents are moving every day from Florida down here.
You go, Carlos Danger. Okay, that all said, it's a...
Was that an SNL skit?
No, it's for real.
No, I mean, they actually had Carlos Danger on the screen.
No, we put Carlos.
Oh, you put Carlos Danger on the screen. Okay.
But it was believable. You know, that's right. Okay. Are we just looking at somebody, you were saying in the break, he knows it. I mean, whatever he is, he may be personally the biggest walking mess but he's an astute politician. Forget about self-discipline. He knows and he's just having fun with it, or are we seeing somebody literally crumble before our eyes?
Yeah, it actually, it's funny. I think I'm enjoying it a little bit.
Funny.
Yeah, but because of what he did, and he kind of deserves it a little bit, but also it's sad at this point. And I think what, the other clip of somebody yelling at him so forcefully in public and him yelling back just sort of showed how things have turned on him in a way where maybe his support is only about just like a joke vote at this point. There are people that are going to vote for him because he's the only person that they know, or they think that it's redeeming or somehow to vote for somebody who's trying to clear their name. But that's it, and that's a very low percentage, and you can't see where he goes from here.
I think he knows that his political career is over. I think he's trying to rehab his personal image by being the anti-candidate, or being the one guy who acts like everybody else might act if they were running for it, like if the average Joe off the street. I mean, maybe he's looking at TV or some other entertainment field down the road, but I think this is about his next life move as opposed to his next political move, of which
But
I
Andrew,
think there is none.
he is not by any of this helping his next life move at all. I mean, we now think he's a joke, and there's one thing in politics to be a loser. Many people recover from being a loser. But being a laughingstock, and people who get into fights with constituents, et cetera, and having your wife sort of walk away from you in the middle of your campaign. Listen, his campaign ended the day that all the other...
The day we met Carlos Danger.
Right. His career now may very well be in jeopardy for other stuff after he's gone on with this nonsense.
Yeah.
Richard, I will defend him a little bit. All my colleagues are correct, but I'll defend him a little. I have seen over these many years that many candidates will respond the way Weiner did with that constituent. The difference is you have somebody that's great on the campaign who will snatch you quickly before you can stand there and argue. They're all exhausted. They've been going for 20-hour days, and they all want to sound off at these people that are mouthing off.
Who have you seen, seriously, who have you seen? I mean, I worked for a governor for 8 years. The governor never.
I give you Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani.
That's Rudy, though.
But you say give you one.
No. But Rudy was a guy who was combative. He was an incumbent mayor who was based his personality.
No, he wasn't an incumbent mayor. Okay. What the point? He said give you one. I gave him one.
You gave him one.
Rudy was ready to fight one day. I mean, I don't want to go into the details.
Was it with you?
Yes.
See, that's where it was. Because you were the journalist who poked on Bogus.
Do we have that tape?
Christian on the
board.
Chris
on the board.
Again.
But we
again,
like that,
but we like that because that's who they are.
Yes.
You don't
That's
like
not
that,
who
Tom Doherty. Yes, I do.
You don't
I
know
like
who Anthony Weiner is?
No, I never thought. Did you ever see Anthony Weiner have a fight with the constituents?
He's done so badly on the campaign trail. He's ruined his professional career.
Who?
Weiner. There is no redemption from
That's what I'm
this.
saying.
I will admit that. Not only has he ruined his
All over.
career, there's a good chance he's ruined his wife's career. And I think that my friend Mr. Weiner, and I mean that, somebody I've known for more than 20 years, I really hope that he gets some professional help. I really do.
But do we see something? Listen, he at least seems self-aware. This thing's over, right? And he's gonna take the money. He's gonna waste it on these spots.
Viking
And I know for people who fight to use every dollar and trying to get every dollar, this guy's got $4 million. He's blowing it out of the war chest and saying,
Our money.
forget it, right?
Yeah.
Our money, right? But there's part of me that says, am I witnessing before my eyes a guy having literally a breakdown? I mean, self-inflicted, but he's lost everything.
Because here's the thing is, and you talked about this before, I mean, he's probably the most skilled political operative in the field. I mean, even though de Blasio ran a Senate campaign.
But it didn't show.
But the smart thing to do here, and Tom, I mean, maybe you have a different idea, but if I were advising him, I would say get serious fast and basically spend the rest of your money on an issue. Pick an issue, be the leader on that issue, and then claim that you moved the candidates on that issue and spend the next 6 days just hammering on one thing. So that you at least lead with dignity.
He was the middle class voter, right?
Right.
He was
I
the
know, but he has like
average
128 different programs.
But it's 6 days. You can't change your message now, and it's way too late. We've tuned him out at this point. If he had done that when the whole thing broke, Carlos Danger, then he could have done that. But he didn't do that. He decided to keep fighting everybody, et cetera.
I agree. It'll get dimmer and dimmer. It'll be very hard for him. But I'm saying that everybody in our business is watching this too. The kind of people that will make him a candidate again, if that's what he wants. We're not taking him seriously. Oh, I'm sure that that's on his mind in some way. I don't think it's possible. I'm just saying. I'm sure that's on his mind. If that's what he wants, he needs to get serious.
The guy in this race, and I have a lot of respect for, is John Liu. John Liu has gone through he got a bad ruling in the city that I thought was a BS ruling. They should have let him have the campaign money. He conducted himself 24/7, just ran and ran and ran and did the best he could, knowing that I had an uphill battle. He never made it like it was a joke, or he just went tooth and nail, knowing I got a real uphill battle. There's a guy that at some point, because of the love that his community and that Asian community will come out on election day.
And he lost Bill Lynch.
Yeah. And he's going to continue to be a power broker.
He's a power broker. And you know what? If he didn't have all that stuff, he could very well have been the
what's
next mayor.
interesting?
He would have the de Blasio vote right now.
To your point, in the debate last night, people defended him. The other four defended him and said what you said about the CFP ruling. Yeah, in that scrum last night, and that's why, because he will still remain a power broker with the Asian community and pockets of the Black and Latino community. He goes into churches. They love him.
I was just going to say, for Weiner, it's not a breakdown. If he starts campaigning with Miley Cyrus, then you'll know he's
twerking.
Yeah.
We take a quick break.
do
We
that.
come back and add that to the list tonight. We're wrapping it up.